Hey everybody, time for this week's Friday update, and kind of busy this week. You hear the noise in the background is my 3D printer going off. I'm in the middle of printing more bases. Pretty much just whenever I'm not doing anything else, I'm printing bases so I can start working on rebasing my evil sons. So yeah, I'm pretty darn happy with the way the bases come out. You can see there's a little bit of print lines there on the rims, but not enough to really care about, especially at any sort of distance. So what we have here is my finished unit of 30 Stormboyz, all rebased. And I love these guys, and I really like how these bases came out. The bases I found on Thingiverse are absolutely perfect. There's 5 different varieties in the 32mm, and so I'm just printing out. I've got like 7 good different bases to use. Well, this one's okay, I guess. It's a little thin. But so I've got at least 6 good bases to use for my orks, which is enough variety. And then I can add in rocks or tufts or something to kind of break them up a little bit more. But yeah, so these are my 30 hybrid Stormboyz. And again, the knob has plastic arms now. Makes it a little bit lighter. Let me tell you, this is still a very, very heavy unit because the torsos and rockets are all metal. And the entire knob is metal on this entire thing. You can see, I don't remember putting this head on. It's like from the airplane kit. So got these guys done, and unfortunately now it's time to put them away. That's the one thing I don't like about projects. You work on them and work on them. It's like, okay, they're done, they look great, and now you got to go put them back in the box until they actually get played. And I have no idea when these guys are actually going to be played at all, because to be honest, I don't know if anything's going to when anything's going to be played. But so that's what I've been working on most of the week, but I've also been doing some other stuff, and I will be right back. So as my first 3D printed bit and project, I wanted to make actual proper Smasha Gunz, and this is what we got. So these are my Smasha Gunz, or my mech gun chassis. Let me just get one here so I can kind of highlight it a little better. I got 6 Smasha Gunz now, the same I've always had, I guess. So I converted up these 6 Smasha Gunz I've got. So this is the mech gun that I built. So this is just simply a scratch built chassis. It's just all plastic hard. These wheels were left over from a kit, but most of my Smasha Gunz have wheels from a dollar store ATV toys. Dollar store wheels are great. I think they're the best source for wheels, definitely the cheapest. Though my current dollar store doesn't have anything like this. They have different ones which I don't like as much. But these are from dollar store ATVs and trucks, and they're the perfect size. They're usually about 1 inch in diameter, and they're great. They're way cheaper than anything resin, and they look really good. Anyway, that's off tangent here. So anyway, this is a scratch built chassis. I've got 10 of these. This is like an energy thing I built, the generator. This is a bit from, I can't remember where it's from. I think it's from a communications tower or something from the Bastion that I cast. This is cast in the Onimaru slash mold material. That's kind of the mold material. You heat up, it gets soft, and then when it cools down, it gets hard again. You can use it for casting little bits, and that's what this is. This is actually all green stuff right here. This piece on a piece of plastic, and Instamold or something like that they call it. So, and that's just where my generator is, glued onto the back of the chassis. So I got 4 chassis without the generator on them. Because unfortunately, I do have, when I first built them, I had Labas. Oh, how I miss you, Lava, so much. Anyway, I also have cannons. Those are my cannons. How I miss you, Lavas, so much, especially nowadays. But anyway, I digress. I also have custom made cannons, which don't look very good. Are going to be completely replaced with 3D printed bits. And if you're asked, this gun barrel, this gun itself is actually from a dollar store G.I. Joe toy. So originally it looked like this, and this was just my Smasha gun. It's just this right here. I'll put up a better picture here. And for tractor cannons, I had these bits magnetized. That's what these whole, I recycled the magnets. So, and then I had these bits here magnetized on to make tractor cannons. But now I went and had printed out these 3D Smasha Gun bits. There's actually two halves glued together. Painted them up just now, and those are now my new Smasha Guns, and I think they look so much better. They're so much more accurate, and I think it's pretty clear what they are, especially to anyone who knows the other orks. Very happy with this. So this is my first implementation of a 3D bit, in my 3D printed bit in my army, and I could not be happier. So I'm still having problems coming up with a decent tractor cannon bit to magnetize on the front here. I did download this thing, which looks great. This is actually 3 pieces glued together, but it's just too big. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a new one of these. I'm going to scale it down to about 75% and reprint it and see how it looks, because it's just too big for it to go on here. It just doesn't look right. And what I'm going to do is the spheres here that I painted, these purple spheres, are going to go onto these pegs right here after I decide what to do. Oh, it's done printing in that base. So yeah, so that's the tractor cannon bit, but again, this one's too big, so I have to scale that down. But for now, since I really don't use tractor cannons very much, I stick with the Smasha Guns, because tractor cannons are just, I mean, the points wise, the Smasha Gun is hard to beat. Whoops. Production quality second to none. Smasha Guns is just hard to beat price wise, even after that slight price increase from chapter approved. It's still hard to beat them. They are just so efficient for points. So yeah, 6 new looking Smasha Guns. I think they look great. They definitely look the part of Smasha Guns finally. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. So I got the Stormboyz done, I got these guys done. I've been printing bases and a whole bunch of other 3D bits. Let's see, what other kind of cool stuff did I print? So I was thinking about a different type of generator. Let's see, where'd it go? Let's see. So I printed this KFF bit. It didn't turn out very well. Things are just too fragile to work with. Where is it? There it is. Look at this cool little power generator that I printed. I was thinking about using that on these guns instead of the one I made. Cutting off this handle and just gluing it to the top of the gun like that, but I think that would have been too much work, and it probably would have ended up breaking most of the work I did on these guns. Because these being the really crappy HDPE, the glue doesn't stick very well, the paint doesn't stick very well, so by the time you do something to it, it really starts to break and crack, and the paint comes off really easy. So I just avoided that and just stuck with sticking these to the base. But yeah, that could have been an option too. I almost thought about doing that. Anyway, so there's that bit, and yeah, and then I've just been printing bases. So yeah, that's the Smasha Guns. Very, very happy with these. I think they look great. I mean, they're not perfect, but from any sort of a distance, you're not going to really be able to tell. And last thing I did, I started working on some boys out of my new stuff. So, got a collection here of 30 boys I've started to put together, of Slugger boys. I figured no matter what I did with the list, I'm going to need Slugger boys. So, that's what I went with. So I got 3 guys with tank buster bombs instead of choppas proper. I had them sticking up so they should be easy to pick out in a crowd. And the reason why I did that, because I want to use the actual tank buster bombs more for the tank busters, which will probably be the next unit I work on. The knob, I kind of tried to do something with the boss pole, making it more gothy, but I don't think it worked out very well, so I need to just flat out scratch build an entire boss pole for him. Because I don't like the one that comes in the knobs box either. Because it's just a skull instead of a symbol, and I don't like that. So yeah, working on, got some Blackreach guys in here mixed in with the regular boys. So these are the shooter boy bodies that I just broke the guns off, because fortunately they were all held on with super glue instead of plastic glue, so they were real easy to break off. And then I cleaned up the mold lines, and then now I'm starting to work on arms and heads to get these guys all built up and start on the painting process. So here I was trying to figure out exactly how I painted these guys, because it's been a long time and I couldn't find anything on how I painted them. I did notice that the bodies on the Goth bikers are actually dark brown instead of black, which I kind of like. But the straps are Caliban green, which I don't like now, in retrospect. So what we'll probably do with these guys is we'll paint the pants dark brown, the shirts black, and then the straps will be white, and not pure white, and it'll be Xandri dust. I think that's the right color. What do you think? It's just a very much off-white. Maybe I'll find some pallid witch flesh. I think I have some of that too. Is it Xandri dust? No, not Xandri dust. Where is that? What is the color I'm thinking of? It seems to get confusing after a while, you know that? You know, I'm looking through my paints. Again, production quality, second to none. It's not there. There. Maybe it is the pallid witch flesh that I'm thinking about. No, that's the Shop Bebop. Rekar flesh, that's the one. So I actually paint the straps on the other Goth Boys that I have, my Goth Boys, with the Rekar flesh. Yeah, Rekar flesh. And then I just washed it over with black, and that's all I did for the white, so to speak, on the Goth stuff that I have already. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll do the dark brown pants, the black shirts, and some black armor with checks and dags, with checks on them. And then the straps will be all the Rekar flesh. And the problem with, doing that is that there's the priming, because the skin I prefer to prime in white because of the light colors I use in the blue. But I don't think that'll really work out very well with everything else. I think the boys that I did before were primed white, and I did the bikes in black. Again, I can't remember, because I was expecting to do this all at once. So very likely I'm just going to prime these things in gray, and that'll be a good neutral balance between the two. That'll allow me to paint the darker colors and the lighter colors without too much problem. So I bought some gray primer yesterday. In fact, I went to the store. They happen to have all the colors, so I bought 4 cans of primer, one of each color, just to have it in case things start to go downhill even more. But yeah, so we're right about 10 minutes here. So that is my hobby update for this week. Sorry there hasn't been any talking about orcs the last couple weeks. I just really haven't had much to talk about, I guess. I'm still thinking about what to put up since there's not much going on. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Again, I'm really, really excited for my 3D printer and these 3D printed Smasha Gunz. They look great. Can't wait to get working on the tractor cannons and start getting these guys painted. So that's it, and thanks for watching.